Alright, well, I'm the Only Sir Cracker, and that was a quick update. Hey there, this is the Only Sir Cracker, and I'm coming to you from the front yard today. It's the Only Sir Cracker. Guess what? I knew the camera was on the entire time, because I'm having fun with you. Hey there, YouTube friends. I'm the Only Sir Cracker, and today I'm coming to you from my garden. Both hands. Guess what? I fixed it. Ha 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 ha. I got a tripod and I got a better camera. I'm so excited. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. A bunch of random stuff and just a bunch of stuff. So, let me start off by saying that I got my coffee with me today. Yum. And it's cold out here, so I gotta drink this before it's gone. Actually, it's kind of rainy and cloudy and gross today. So hopefully I can get this video done before it starts to rain, because that would be horrible. All right, hiding down here. So I yesterday was at the store, at the grocery store. And for $3.99, I found this. It's two asparagus roots or plants. And it was only $3.99. Now, there's the only one they had left. It was on clearance. And I thought, why can't I do asparagus? Now, the thing about asparagus that you have to understand, I won't get any harvest off of this at all. It's spring. What I can do, though, is get it in the ground, or in the pots, because I'm going to put it in one of these pots here. Get it established. And then, hopefully, I'll get a little bit of something next spring. They say usually it takes about 2 years of it being in the ground before you get a harvest off of it. So maybe by next spring. Hopefully it grows this spring. It's still fairly early. I gotta make sure that it gets some good compost on it and that kind of thing. But today I'm gonna plant some asparagus and put those in the ground. And yesterday was Arbor Day. And our local, well, not local here, but in St. Mary's, Idaho, we had at the city hall, they were giving out plants, and there are these. Just came in these plastic bags. These are trees. I believe these are blue pine. It's not white pine. I say that I think they're blue pine or blue. They're not blue spruce. But anyways, I've got these. I got 3 of them in total. So I'm going to plant these today, but I'm not planting them in the ground because, of course, I rent at this location. But the next place that we move to will own. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to put them in 5-gallon pots, and I'm going to grow them in a self-watering 5-gallon container, and they'll get. I should be able to get maybe 3 feet out of them, maybe 2 years at the max, maybe 3 if I'm lucky. And then I'll plant them in our new house, wherever the heck that might be in the future. And they'll do fine. Hopefully, I got to get them to survive the transplant. They've been in these bags. Excuse me. They've been in these bags only who knows how long. Probably, I would say maybe 2 weeks, maybe at the most. But got to get those planted, get them watered. I got to get my strawberries watered. They're drying out really fast. Even though we've had sprinkles and a little bit of rain, we're not getting as much as I would like. So, all right, well, let's get planting some asparagus. Okay, so here's the container of asparagus. So you come down here, and I will show you. Right down here, yep. So I'm going to be talking, but you're not going to be able to see my face. So, okay, so here's the asparagus. We'll put that off to the side here for a second. Okay, I got my trowel. Now, what you need to understand about... Oh, see? I didn't mark my bed, so look what I found. Yep. All right, well, I'm going to have to find another container to put these in. See if I can replant it, and it won't, hopefully it won't upset it too much here. Yeah. Okay, So these two containers here apparently have potatoes in them. Red potatoes here, and those are the yellows. Sometimes it happens when you forget to mark your beds or your containers. Whoops! That's what I live a busy life, so I think there's another one down on the end. Let's go down there. This is the second from the end. It's in between the onions on the end and the broccoli right here. I was going to use this for tomato, but no tomatoes in this one this year. And the tomatoes, by the way, they do really good in the 5-gallon self-watering containers too. I just like having them up high so that I can get to them easier. But all right, let's try this again. Now I know for a fact there's nothing in here, but take a look at this soil. There's so much organic matter in here. I mean, it's compost and topsoil basically. And I don't know if you remember my last year, and I did a lot of permaculture last year, which is something I definitely do. I do lots and lots of permaculture. I'm a huge fan of it. All these barrels, though, they all got emptied out. Well, the ones here on the end all got emptied out, and they were all moved. So I could, move. But that didn't happen. So whatever was on top got mixed in with everything else. But this is absolutely awesome. I've got everything in here from a little bit of bark, pine needles, lots of pine needles. It's what I used last year because I didn't have any wood chips I could use. Just lots and lots of organic matter, and lots of rocks. And I will be finding rocks forever. So, okay, now inside this container, they pack it with sawdust, and that's okay to put It's really okay to put sawdust in your bed. As a matter of fact, I highly recommend it. It's a great organic matter. It breaks down really well, and so there's supposed to be 2 rhizomes in here. So far, it looks like I'm only seeing one. And if they only gave me 1 rhizome, that's going to be really sad. I'll just put it in the middle. These things are going to get really big, and hopefully they grow really good this year. So we'll go ahead and dump them out. Yeah, I'm only seeing 1. So, this sawdust smells good. Well, so far it looks like 1. That's it. That's all I got, unless there's 2 wrapped up in here. Oh, you know what? I think there's 2 of them wrapped up in here. All right, so let's see if I can get them off without destroying everything. They wrapped a rubber band around the roots. Now these roots they're breaking like crazy. They're very, very dry. So I'm almost wondering if I should soak them in water before I do this. Give them a better chance here. Break them apart. I can clearly see that there's 2, and they're not going to come apart this way. So let me go get a cup of water. Okay, so here's my cup of water. And I'm just going to take these and put them in the cup of water here for a few minutes and let them hydrate. Let's see if that helps them out a little bit. We'll set them off to the side. And we got all this sawdust, which smells amazing. And sawdust is definitely, it'll help retain moisture. Once sawdust gets wet, it'll definitely help retain moisture. So I'm mixing it in here just for the heck of it. Now, I just want to let you know, too, I'm not no expert by any means whatsoever. I'm definitely a novice. I only really garden. I garden for fun. It's not a hobby or anything. I just do it because I enjoy it. And and that's the thing, too, about gardening. We make mistakes. We clearly make mistakes. We make mistakes all the time. And I don't have any problems making a mistake on camera because it's what we do. We make mistakes. It happens. I'm not going to hide the fact. I'm not going to edit this out, and I'm not going to hide the fact that it happens. So, all right. Anyways, I'm trying to hydrate these a little bit, and I'm only going to get so far right now because you probably need to sit overnight or something. But I'm trying to see if I can pull it apart without breaking them. And the way these, I mean, they're intertwined a little bit because what happened was they probably bound them together when they were moist and fresh. So there's 2 rhizomes right there. And I think I'm going to put them, side by side. Probably put one here and one here. I think that's what I'll do. I'll bury one right in here. I'm gonna water these in really good too. What does the instructions say? I'm gonna read the instructions really quick here. So deep. So plant them 5 to 6 inches deep, and spread out the roots in the bottom. I ain't spreading those out. They're dry. 12 to 14 inches apart. So 12 to 14 inches apart. Well, if I put them on either side of this container, that's definitely either 12 or 14 inches apart. Time to harvest. Do not harvest the first year, and only a light harvest may be taken by the second year. By the third season, harvest spears with tight tips by snapping the 7 to 9 inch stalks off at the ground. So not. I'll get maybe 1 or 2 next year if I'm lucky, and then the third year I'll get a bunch. So, all right. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and put these here in the ground. I'm assuming that this is probably the top where the clump is, and then the roots go down. I'm gonna do my best to set it in there this way. So I'm gonna put that in the bowl there for a second. So we're gonna set it in here like this, I think. And then I'll put soil around it, kind of implode on it. I'll do this one, and then I'll bring you in a little bit closer here for the second one. Although there's not a whole lot really to see, you're just kind of burying it in there. But here, I'll show you a little bit closer. Let me zoom in. Oh, I can't zoom in. Darn camera. So I'll try that. This might work. All right, so dig a fairly good size hole. Oh, there's something growing in there. Goodbye. Fairly good size hole, like thus. Then we'll take this rhizome here and get it back out of the water. It's hard to get. There it is. Okay, so that's obviously broke off. All right, so this I'm assuming is the top, and these are going to be towards the bottom. I'm going to stick it in here, and I'm going to hold it and then put dirt around it, kind of like you would a trunk of a tree or something here. Right now, I just got my hands really dirty. Darn it. That's why I want the trowel, so I didn't have to do that. And then I'm going to water these in really, really, really good. I'll just pour this over it for now, but I'll get the hose out here and water it really good. So that's pretty much it. And here's the thing, really. If they come up, they come up, and if they don't, they don't. I'm not gonna fret about it. So either these asparagus they grow or they don't. I paid $3.99 for this, so it's not the end of the world. GMO free. It's called Mary Washington. I don't know if that's the name of the company or the name of. I'm assuming it's the name of the asparagus. I'm not seeing a company name unless Mary Washington is the company name. But that's what I'm growing. So there's that. All right. Now, I'm sorry if this video is kind of boring. I hope it's not boring. Feels like it's boring. Anyways, I'm going to go over there and we're going to plant up some pine trees. Let's go take a look at those. Okay. Hi. So I'm over here now and I got me some pine trees. So we're gonna plant the first one, and then so I'm not boring the crud out of you. I'll plant the other two off camera here. But so what I've got here is a regular 5-gallon bucket, and this is not a self-watering container. This is just a regular, oh, lots of rocks. Regular 5-gallon bucket. It's got topsoil in it, just like the rest of them, and it's got a lot of organic matter mixed in, and a lot of freaking rocks. But it's no different than what you would see if you were to go, out in the forest or whatever. Speaking of which, if you take a look at how low I've got the dirt in here, and we're talking probably 2.5 inches down. That's because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some mulch on top. And so then that way I'll plant the plant here nice and deep, and then put mulch around it, and that'll help keep it dry. So go ahead and open this up. And I want to thank the state of Idaho for providing these on Arbor Day. I think that's pretty darn cool. Free of charge. They were just giving them out, and it's pretty awesome, for them to go and do that. These look like really good plants. Let's see. Yeah, those are really nice. They smell really good too. So look at the roots on them. We got really nice roots. A little bit root bound here, but that's okay. You can see there's definitely we're in some sort of root trainer or something, but it's a really good plant. Now what I want to do when I plant these in the soil part of it is I don't want to go bury them too deep. Let's see, all the roots are all the way up at the very top. I don't want to plant them too deep because what I'm going to do is put that mulch around the top, and then so that mulch will come up on the top here a little bit. And I really don't want to do too much. I really don't want to do too much with them, because if you think about it, when the forest rangers go out into the forest, excuse me, and they plant these plugs, they just kind of stab a hole in the ground, throw the plug in, step on the side of the hole to fill the hole in, and they walk on to the next one. And they're really quick about it. So I don't really want to baby it too much. I just wanted to put it in the ground and call it a day. Because, why should I? If they don't do it, why should I? So I'm going to bury them in here a little deep. Not too deep, but a little deep. I want to try to get it centered with the pot and make sure that it's straight up and down. And when I say bury it deep, I mean I don't want it sticking up, the root ball to stick out of the ground. I want it to be level with the ground. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of this around it. And actually, if I do anything from the soil level, maybe it should be a little bit shallow, because I'm gonna put the compost around it. But that's it. That's it. That's all you do. You could probably get in here and push on it a little bit. Make sure that it firms up with the soil. Makes good root to soil contact. So the roots go, oh hey, there's more soil over here now. But other than that, that's it. That's all you do. Boom, and let it grow. Full sun, water really good. The first probably couple of years. Help establish those roots. Other than that, let nature take its course. I mean, that's really about it. So I'm going to go ahead and pot the other two up, and I'll be right back. All right, well, that's all three of them there potted up. So, hey, not too bad, It's all good. It's all good. So I got all three of those potted up. And now I'm going to label these two pots so that I remember that there is actually potatoes in both of those. With work and everything, you get so darn busy and you just forget it. I'm out here once a week, for about 2, maybe 3 hours at the max, and that's about all I get. So And I think that's why I like these 55 gallon and the 5 gallon containers so much, is because it's so easy to to do. Very little watering, because and I haven't done it yet, but I'll put the compost on them. Very little weeding, and they're all we're gonna get to it and look at it and say, oh, okay, that looks good, that looks good, that looks good. Okay, everything's doing fine. We're good to go. And I love that. I think that's so freaking awesome that it's so simple and so easy to do. And you know, you get all this time. I don't have any time. I have no time for a hobby. I can't be a gardener. I can't do this. I can't do that. I just don't have time. But literally, an hour, maybe a week, you can garden. And look what I got. There's very little here to worry about. I mean, I think like 20 some buckets over there that have onions in it. And then I got the big one in the back with onions, and it's got the pumpkin in it. I mean, this is easy. This is really easy. So I'm gonna be got these three that I just planted. They probably won't stay here. I'll probably put them somewhere else. Maybe like in the back, across the fence or someplace, just out of the way, because I want to kind of do like my peppers in the front. Oh, geez, I need to be more aware of where the camera's at. I want to put my peppers, I think, in the front of the barrels, and I have a lot of peppers this year. I've got tons of green peppers, tons of green bell peppers, red bell peppers, yellow bell peppers. I've got banana peppers this year. I've got jalapeno peppers this year. I think there's one more. I am going to do cucumbers. Of course, we got broccoli, which the broccoli I'll do until about August, and then I'll probably plant something else that'll help me get through the winter. I just do kind of a cycle. But yeah, I mean, yeah. So I'm hoping the weather lasts, especially for tomorrow. I'm tired. It's already, I think, like 3:30. It's been a long day. I spent most of my day at soccer, playing soccer with the kids. They both are on a different soccer team. I'm coach for my son's team, and then of course we get to be parents for my daughter's team. So that's a lot of work. Airplane. So I only have a few hours today, but I have got all day tomorrow. So I'm going to spend a lot of time tomorrow in the garden. I've got pallets that are going to get moved, and there's tons and tons of wood in the shed that's got to come out. I have got to get the elk manure, out of the back of my truck tomorrow. I have to do it. I don't care if it rains. It's got to come out. I've got to get my truck back so I can drive my truck. Right now there's so much in there that is weighting the back of the truck down. I can't even use my truck if there's an emergency or something. I mean, it's horrible. Yeah, just I guess the trick to being a gardener or to gardening is a little at a time. Pace yourself. You see a little project, you do it, and you move on. Another little project, you move on. Another little project, you move on. And I guess that's probably why a lot of people's gardens and allotments and stuff, they kind of look unkept from afar. You look at them and they're like, oh, they got piles of this sitting there, and they got a bunch of this, and it just looks like a bunch of garbage, a lot of them. And I think it's because it can be overwhelming. It can be overwhelming. So you just do a little here, a little there. And I mean, this is really early in the season. This isn't even Mother's Day yet, and I've already got almost everything planted I'm going to grow this year, other than my tomatoes and my peppers. And I've got some cucumbers. Other than that, everything's pretty much planted out. So I got to fill up some more 5-gallon buckets with dirt and soil, but other than that, it's all good. And water, I got to water. Boy, do I need to water. My strawberries are looking kind of sickly over there because they're not getting enough water. Speaking of which, I'm looking at I don't know if you can see it from this angle. So my strawberries, let me adjust you a little bit here. My strawberries right now are in this container, and I'm seriously thinking about taking them out of this. It seems to dry out the soil very quickly. The soil is very dry, and I'm thinking about pulling them out and just planting them straight into the pot here. As a matter of fact, I think that's what I'm going to do. Wasn't planning on doing this right now, but you know what? I got the camera rolling. You're here with me. Let's do it. Let's fix these guys. Because, you know, the less work I do later down the road, the better. The more work I do now, why don't you come over here? The more work I do now, if it can save me down the road from having to do work, then I'm totally down with them apples. Whoa, my tripod. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. Because what happens is these dry out and they die. And look at this one here. So I will pull it out. And let's just do that. This is ridiculous. See, look, the roots are still in their little pots. They didn't even expand out because there's no moisture. So this one is one from last year, so it's going to have a bigger root base. Oh, yeah. Let me see. I think I'm going to put the dirt into this container. Pull this out. All these dang tomato cages all over the place. So let's take the soil out. Put the soil over here in this pot. There's another one. I think I just saw it move. Oh, there we go. Push it out there. Look at that. And it's just sickly looking. Let's see. Empty more out of this. I don't know. I've tried this pot now for a couple of years. It just doesn't do as well as I would like, honestly. You know what I might do? Is I might take this terracotta pot, clean it out really good, and take it in the house and use it for house plants. That might work. Let's see. I want to try to keep a root ball here. I don't know how much damage I'm going to do. I may end up destroying these little pups, but I figure, yeah. What's going on though? I mean, if you think about it, is I got some of it, most of it. That's from last year. And this one over here on this side, this is from last year. They overwintered in here okay, but they're not putting out very, very well. And last year I spent so much energy and so much time watering these. Oh, this has got a huge root ball. I might have to take it out the other way. Let's try that. Maybe I'll just get forceful with it a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that root ball. That's a nice one. And then I've got this, which is this one here is a new one this year. See, that's even sickly looking. Just can't keep the moisture. It's just drying out too fast with that pot, so we'll get rid of that. And then we got this brick that I put in here to help raise it up. We'll pull that out of here. Okay. So, yeah, plant them all in here. You know, water them really good. And put mulch around the base of them. I think they'll do better in here. I've never been a huge fan of terracotta. Just for the simple reason that they always seem to dry. Terracotta always seems to dry out really quick unless you're able to water the heck out of it all the time. So there we go. You want to keep the top stalk part of strawberries. You want to keep that kind of above ground a little bit. because you can easily choke. You can easily choke a strawberry. You don't want to do that. Plugs. And then I'll water them in really good too. And try to get as much of the root in the underground as I can. Let's put this one over here. There we go. Yeah, I wasn't planning on doing that, but you know what? Sometimes you just have to do what you have to do in order to make it. I think they'll be happier without being inside that thing. So we'll see. Okay. Anyways, I dragged on and dragged on and dragged on, and now I'm leaning over to talk to you. That's just kind of how it is in the garden. To get out here and to play and to say, you know what, hasn't been working. So what I'm gonna do is end up taking this pot in the house and cleaning it up really good, scrubbing the heck out of it. I have a great big sink downstairs in my makeshift grow room, and I'll just scrub and scrub and scrub, and then maybe I'll put a house plant or something in here. So off with that. Okay, well, let's see. Let's go ahead and end this video, I guess. And the way I like to do that is pretty simple. If you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section below. Give me thumbs up if you like what you see. If you have any suggestions or ideas or anything you think that I could do or anything like that, questions. You know what? I would love to answer some questions. So you can find me on Facebook, and I'll leave that link down below in the description box. You can find me there. Send me a comments and all that kind of stuff, and yeah, that'd be kind of cool if you would do that. So thumbs up, subscribe, share my videos if you like them. I apologize, this one's a little longer than normal, but that's what happens, you know. You get out here and you get fiddle-fotting around, and that's not a real word, by the way, fiddle-fotting. My mom used to say it. I think she said it because she was British, but I'm not sure. Maybe she said it because she's just my mom. But love my coffee. Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. That's a lot going on. I'm gonna spend some more time back here and do some more stuff, but that's it. This is me and my garden. So, like I said, if you have any questions or comments or anything you'd like to see or whatever, let me know. There's a lot that's gonna happen. The thing about gardening is you'll see a lot of these people put up channel or videos every single week, and it's a lot of hard work because the garden, there's not a whole lot that happens in the garden. It's a very slow process as things grow. So you'll notice with a lot of my videos, especially right in the middle of the summer, not a whole lot happens. It's time after time after time after time. It's something that you just saw before in the previous video. I mean, this year we've got blueberries and I've got an apple tree. That's totally new. I'm hoping back here we're gonna get some lilac flowers, but I don't think we're gonna get any lilacs again this year. But who knows? I think that's the cool thing about gardening is you can plan and do all you want, but it doesn't guarantee that anything in particular is gonna happen. So anyways, I'll just end the video now. I'm the only Sir Cracker. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you spending this time with me. It has been an absolute pleasure, and I so look forward to watching your videos and reading your comments. All of my subscribers, I follow each and every one of you very closely. And so, yeah, y'all have yourselves an wow, throat's been killing me. Y'all have yourselves an absolutely fantastic rest of your day, and keep growing. Get your hands dirty. You're not a gardener unless your hands are dirty. That's my personal opinion. Bye for now. Oh, man. Hey there, I'm the Only Sir Cracker, and you just finished watching my video. I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for watching my videos. And please leave comments. Tell me what you like, don't like, what you'd like to see more of. If there's something that just kind of made you think of something, whatever it is, please let me know in the comments box below, or join me in our discussions on my main page. Also, thumbs up is always welcome, and so is subscribing. So, anyways, like always, I am the Only Sir Cracker, and this, well, this is a great day for a picnic, don't you think? See you next time. Bye.